Hello, it's Aubrey Shepherd and John Rule on the 10th of November 2014, recording at Public Access TV in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Okay, John, I don't see roadrunners much lately because the habitat's been wiped out this last 4 or 5 years in our neighborhood, so it's rare to see one.
Is that a male? It's got a crest, but I guess they all have.
I don't know. He sure was wet,
Yeah,
whatever
he was not happy.
gender. The crest is kind of lying down there on that one, isn't it? He's turned his head and jumped around, and he's run across the street a couple of times while I'm inside the car getting my camera wet, but not getting myself wet.
A wet paisano. I haven't seen one my whole life.
Anyway, roadrunners have come up here from Texas in the last 50 years, I guess.
No, they've been here a long time.
I don't know when you first saw one, maybe, but
back in the late '60s, early '70s.
okay. Anyway. There's a Paul Phaneuf.
Yeah.
blocking the sign that is being held behind him, and that's Sonia Davis' husband, Mike Davis, and you can see just a corner of her sign. Well, Paul was talking to him, and I went by there twice and saw that. And but I've had money from the Duggars, they say, from Benton County, and so he had endless signs all over.
Yeah, I saw them on every major route coming in town.
So it was outside money. Anyway, he's in a runoff with Adela Gray, and somebody is out of it. But look at this little.
Yes, I've never seen one like that. Exactly.
Well, it's what would you assume? It's a very young cricket who's going to turn into a different color, maybe.
It might
later.
be some kind of tree cricket.
Yeah, well, it was in my yard. You see
early,
its little feet and all.
In early phase.
And
that's the sulfur, the clouded sulfur.
Yeah, I think that's right. And it's on a dandelion.
Yes, it is. Dandelion.
Every year I talk about the dandelions in early spring and late in the fall. And all these pictures are made in November. And see that guy, I got pretty close. I think that one's actually cropped.
You got his eyes. Yeah. Now that's a very variegated
Fritillary. It's also, you see, these are dandelions that have been mowed earlier, but these are real short ones that have come up here late.
Tried to come back anyway.
Can you see where the flowers would be on those native honeysuckle?
I see where the stems come through the middle of the leaves.
That's the clear. It's a native, and it's a wild native on World Peace Wetland Prairie.
They have kind of a coral pink bloom.
That's right. Coral honeysuckle is one of the names for Lonicera sempervirens.
Right. That's a question mark? Or?
It may be. It is a question mark. It's one of the butterflies. It's close. Either a question mark or a comma. And I can't tell, but this one was
I've never found the real distinction.
I bet if we had a book, we could look that one up and decide from what we're seeing. But anyway, here's some more of those late asters that are so important along with the dandelions.
They sure are.
Because that's where the nectaring flowers are. See, there are little tiny ants were on those.
Right. Some years they're really just all over the place.
Yeah. Well, they are just about all gone now. There's Eugene Keister, and he's an honored veteran. He's 91 years old now.
I believe it.
And he lives right down the street from the National Cemetery. And it could be that one of these days his house will be part of the cemetery.
I see.
And there we have some so-called runners. This couple had just slowed down after a couple of rounds around the cemetery, I guess. And then the Veterans 5K on the 8th, Saturday the 8th. That little girl there looks younger than she is, I guess, a little bit, but she's pretty fast, and she was a winner in her age group under 13 under or something last year, and she was second, third place this year in whatever group she was in. Really fast. Here's some younger men that are really moving pretty fast, and luckily I was able to get 2 shots of them before they passed. You use the high-speed photo cards in your digital camera. You can these things load faster. They process in the camera faster, and so that helped. But I made you know, a couple of hundred pictures during that race, and then just sharing a sample with you of some of the people. Okay, until next time, Ms. Aubrey, I would ask you to do your part to help keep the water clean, the air pure, the woods green, and support the veterans race next year and get you a T-shirt.
All right.
This
right,
is the
right.
new one. Hello, John Rule. We're here
Hello.
again on the
Yeah.
10th of November 2014, and we're going to see some pictures, I think. There, oh, Ron Butler, he's president of RNCIC. His tag's turned around, because if you saw it turned around, you'd see his picture is part of the tag. But he was handing water to the runners, and it was windy and cool. Got, you know, wasn't a perfect day, but it was better.
Right, helps.
Better than subsequent days that we're about to see.
Right.
Today's Monday, and it was T-shirt day. It was no problem putting this little T-shirt on and coming down here, but it's going to be freezing, a period of freezing weather before you see this. And I don't know what it'll be the next time when this first runs on Sunday,
Right.
or Monday or Tuesday sometimes. But anyway, the people running here, you can see some of them look a little heavier than others, and some of them look well conditioned and older and younger. There's Air Force vet, and but you know, they all finished, as far as I know, out of nearly 200 people.
That's good.
Even that couple we saw that appeared
great.
to just be walking, you know.
Really?
But it was a flat track, and probably the times were better. I didn't get to check on comparison of the 2 years' best times and so forth for the runners of this. But they made 2 loops completely around the cemetery, using several streets, including Hill Avenue and Government Avenue and National Streets, also part of the cemetery border, and others. So it was a pretty fast race. And there's a man, it's well up in his 70s. I don't remember. He's placed several years in a row. And
Better man than I.
maybe won
Do
that category over
Yeah.
70s, some years that he's been there running. And so we've got, I think that's another Air Force symbol on that guy's sweatshirt.
Right.
But try to catch the numbers so people can recognize themselves. Can't tell by my crummy pictures. But I didn't do video of the actual running, but I do have video from the calling of the names for the prizes, places, prizes, and door prizes. So there's a goodly bit on 2 video clips on YouTube.
I wouldn't mind trying it if I could buy some connective tissue.
Connective tissue to keep your joints and bones together.
Right.
Yeah, well, my knee tells me not to run. Those cadets, I think we had maybe Army and Air Force cadets working, or either running and carrying the flag and marching and singing, counting cadence, or actually handling some of the administrative duties around there. Yeah.
Porp, 3, porp.
Yeah, and they say bad words in there. You remember?
I never did. I always clamped my jaw shut.
Sure, never would say those bad words that you did in the military, singing and marching.
No, but I did learn how to skip in and out of step to drive the drill sergeant crazy. I'd skip in and skip out, skip in. He'd be jumping back and forth, looking,
trying to catch somebody doing anything wrong. Yeah, and humiliate them if possible. But everybody was in on things like that. I think there were just a few real tight,
that's
tense
great.
people that wouldn't dare do anything.
2 little kids are really with it.
I used to, in Coast Guard boot camp, I would do things like speak or twitch or, do something and take the punishment of 25 push-ups.
Oh.
So after the guy in charge found out that some of us could do 25 push-ups and
Uh-oh.
not mind.
Oh,
We'd get 50, or then it
yeah,
would be
of
100.
course, of course.
And then we'd just get in better shape, which is what you
Well, I
needed
guess
to be
that's
doing.
good.
You're getting a lot of free food.
I'll
You
never
like it.
forget running up slopes carrying a 50 caliber machine gun. I never got used to that.
That's- You're not supposed to get used to that, I hope. Okay, a lot of friends I've seen every year there, and I don't even attempt to name everybody there. There's another man that's, he's either right at 70 or he's over 70. I can't remember, but he's been there every day.
Pretty
That
good.
fellow back there, he's pushing 80 there,
Yeah.
and he's sitting down, but he's a hard worker and treasurer for the RNCIC. That's a state chapter, Sierra Club
Yeah.
executive committee meeting
I
at Bob
recognize
Allen's
Cam,
house
yeah.
and looking at his array of what is that? Solar array.
Yeah.
And he totally supplies his house with
That's great.
electricity.
That's great. With
Tell-
the help of the sun, I
With
guess.
the help of the sun.
Right.
Thank you. See you.
See you.